I'm Glen from Deicide, and yeah, I got a new record out, Banished by Sin.
Beautiful, Glenn. Thanks for joining us today.
Right on. Thanks for having me.
No worries. So, Deicide's 13th album, Banished by Sin, came out last month, mate. So, how's the early reception been for it?
Um, Pretty amazing, man. Everybody's kind of a lot of people losing their shit on it.
Good to hear. Yeah, can
Uh,
you tell us a bit about it from a musical point of view, bro, and what you were going for with it?
well, I mean, we're just like I say, man. We went through the whole COVID bullshit thing with everybody else, and we had a lot of time on our hands, so we put together a record. We were out of our contract, so we were just kind of like writing for the fun of it.
And as we said, it is your 13th album, mate. So, does it become easier or harder to sort of come up with new material the more you put out, I guess?
I think when you don't have anybody breathing down your back, I think it's a whole lot easier. When you don't have a record company bothering you or people calling you up every day harassing you and giving you time limits and trying to rush you for this and that. I mean, we just did it on our own time and our own pace and our own speed and yeah, man. When you know, yeah, it just came together really well for us, timing and on everything.
Mhm. You quoted as saying in the press release that musically that the album is a throwback to the 1990s style of the band. Like how so?
I don't know about that. I just think that we recorded it in a way. I think a lot of people hear that. They think when they hear it, they think of the old sounds and from the past and that. And I just think it was the way we recorded it. We got more back. I got more away from the whole Pro Tools automation sound. It went more to a real live amplifiers and no plugins, no modeling amps, real amplifiers, real microphones, and recorded a record like you used to record.
Yeah, cool. So for the benefit of people like me, bro, who don't sort of really understand too much about that recording process, like how how's it different? Like you're saying you wanted to go for the live amplified sound rather than the sort of
Well, when you use Pro Tools, it's real easy to cut and paste, play a part and just cut and paste that part all over the record, or all over the particular song. And with what we're doing is more or less like you're playing the parts all the way through the song. You're not just playing. I mean, we use a little bit of that here and there, but it's with Pro Tools you can. There's a lot of plugins that you can pick to use, like effects, guitar amplifiers, and cabinets. I mean, you can model an amp sound through your Pro Tools program on your computer. And what happens is it starts to sound like elevator music after a while. It just
yeah.
sounds so mechanically made, and it just kind of loses that, that genuine, feel and sound.
Right. So in essence, it's sort of more or less like you're on stage playing it and it's getting recorded that way rather than pieced together. Is that?
Yeah, yeah, our sound guy is who tracked us in that, and so I mean, you're getting a live deicide sound. That's really what it was, and it took a lot to keep that, from getting away from us as far as the mixing and mastering and that, and losing that to compression and that. So it took a lot to keep everybody on board with the way I wanted it to sound.
Cool. So can we go back to the early days of Deicide, bro? Like you started the band back in Tampa, Florida in the late 1980s. So what was the musical climate like that gave birth to the band and where did you fit in initially?
For me, man, I was down here. Um, for we had bands like Nasty Savage and Sabotage were like the first two band metal, real metal bands in this area. And I would go to their shows when I was a kid.
And so what was your early vision for the band, I guess, and then how's it changed since?
I mean, I'm just like I say, I don't know, man. I never thought I would still be doing this at 57 years old. Okay, so I'm just really appreciative of the fact that I'm still healthy and I can still do this. And as far as the vision of the band, man, it's always been just what I sing about, man. What I do and that. I mean, always want to just try to keep the singing as heavy as possible, and just keep bringing people back to what we do.
Yeah. So your 1990 self-titled debut album really shook things up in the music world, mate. Like, was that your intent at the time? Were you looking to sort of come out and make a difference, I guess, or were you sort of more just doing it for yourself?
Yeah, I mean that record was just like the record we just did. It was like a record that we wrote for ourselves. We didn't have a record deal then. I mean, we wrote a record worth of material, and it was good. I mean, we had time to really play with it, modify it, and make it right. And when you have that kind of time and no pressure on you, and that you can do pretty good things, man. You can do some amazing things.
So 35 years is a long time in the industry, bro. Like there's been lots of trends come and go in that time, but Deicide's always stayed true to yourself and your music. But have you ever been tempted to sort of change it up at all to fit in with the changing tides?
Well, if I did, then everybody'd be crying about that too.
True.
So you want me to sing about, I mean, what's there really left to sing about that hasn't been sung about?
Yeah, true.
Think about it, right? Am I gonna sing about getting my heart broken, or am I sing about, how fast my car is, or how ugly my wife is? I mean, what do you sing about at this point? I think if you just stay true to yourself, I think you'll have a lot. I think that's part of the key to my longevity is that I've never abandoned what I started.
Yeah, true, true. So what's next for Deicide, bro? You got any shows coming up?
We're going to be going to Europe in July, and U.S., Canada in September, and then we're going to go to South America, do some festivals. Coming back, I think we're going to do a 7-week run in April of 25 in Europe, and yeah, we'd like to come down and back down to Australia and do some shows, man. I need a credible, a credible promoter down there to handle it, and if somebody can contact our agency or whatever, that we could really consider coming back down and doing another run.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, I didn't really have a good time because I was going through some personal shit, and so I didn't get a chance to enjoy myself like I did the first time I was there. So
Oh, let's see if we can get you back and make amends, brother.
I want to come down and eat some seafood and chase some kangaroos and yeah, be stupid. Be stupid, yeah.
Sounds like fun to me, bro. Well, thanks very much for your time today, Glenn. The album Banished by Sin is out now, and she's a cracker. So best of luck, bro, and hopefully we'll see you down here.
You will, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.